welcome to lesson 2 of Murray's Wedding. Here we got another little chunk that we're going to work on in this lesson. And we're starting off, we talked about that quick B. So the last note of bar 1. That quick B, and we're hopping right into a D throw on the downbeat. So if you're tapping your foot, the downbeat is when your foot taps down. The upbeat is when your foot comes up. So the downbeat of that D throw. So we're on the B, our B note, and again, if you want all the lessons and the sheet music, click on the link below. So our B note here is 2 fingers are up on the bottom hand. We're going from that B note right into a D throw for the first beat of bar 2. So how do we break down that D throw? So we're on the B, we go down a low G by dropping down those 2 fingers. And the first part of the D throw is this going down to low G and then doing a D grace note with the top finger of the bottom hand. So here's the first half of that D throw. And here's the second half of the D throw. We go up to a C and then up to a D. So up to a C by lifting up those middle 2 fingers, up to a D by lifting up that top finger of the bottom hand. And then let's add those 2 parts of the D throw together. And if we speed up the whole thing, so we got that D throw, and again, this is a dotted 8th note. We know it's an 8th note because it's tied to another note. It's tied to the next note, the E. And we know it's a dotted note because it's got that little dot on, but right beside that D note, there's that little dot. So it's a little bit of a longer 8th note. And our next 8th note, subsequently, is going to be a cut. There's that little dash line. It's going to be a little shorter. So you hear that D throw's long, E's short, and then we're up to that F, which is a quarter note, so it gets a full beat all on its own. So we have that D throw, and then we have no embellishment from the D to the E. That E is short, so that just to talk about that transition here, we're on the D already. Bottom hand has to go to that low A position, pinky is up. Top hand has to lift up that ring finger, and all those fingers got to move at the same time. If that's new transition to you, feel free to pause the video and work on that. So after that E, we're going up to F. If you don't want to do the doubling, you can simply just raise up that middle finger. If you want to get there a little bit easier than the doubling is just to do a G grace note. So that top finger has to lift. We lift up the second finger, top finger comes down. That's our G grace note. And if you can do that, really the doubling isn't much more. All we're doing is, once we're on that F, right away we're doing another up and down with that top finger. So that top finger is a busy little finger. That's kind of the slow motion version. There's a more normal speed. So if we put this all together, this little chunk of lesson 2, and then we'll add it into our lesson 1 chunk. And if we talk about where those beats land, so we tap our foot on that D, and then we're going to tap our foot on that F as well. So let's add it into the lesson 1 chunk. So hopefully you can hear where those downbeats are landing as we string all that together. Da dum 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 da dum da dum. And hopefully that's all making sense. Feel free to pause, repeat the lesson before jumping ahead to lesson 3. Lesson 3 is a free lesson as well, but you can click on the link below and check out all the lessons, as well as get the sheet music in the workshop. And can't wait to see you there. I'll play through this lesson 1-2 chunk a couple times, nice and slow here for you. And until next time, keep on piping on. Can't wait to see you in lesson 3.